From Washington from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Tonight, brand new NBC polling just out about the president and his handling of all things Russia in light of his historic summit. And Senator Richard Blumenthal joins us as Paul Manafort's trial gets ready to start. And Michael Cohen drops his first mixtape. Plus, this time last Sunday, we were talking to Bill Browder about the summit with Putin. He's going to join us live again tonight after the Russian president name-checked him on the world stage. And later, states of play. Democrats are serious about taking back the Senate. Heidi Heitkamp will have to hold on to North Dakota. We have new reporting on why it could be tariffs, not Russia, that make the difference there. But first, it's hard to believe that this time last week we were previewing the president's meeting with Vladimir Putin. But of course, we are apparently living in a different space-time continuum here in 2018, where even gravity works differently. But more on that in a moment. All of that happened before Friday, when the New York Times dropped that bombshell report about Michael Cohen and his recording of President Trump. Then came Saturday, when the DOJ made the documents about surveilling former Trump campaign aide Carter Page public. And don't forget about Paul Manafort, whose trial begins this week in Virginia. Along with the reminder that the president's former campaign chairman has been sitting in jail for over a month as he prepares to face a jury. But back to that part about gravity. The president's approval rating is ticking up, not down. A brand new poll from NBC News and the Wall Street Journal conducted before and after the Helsinki summit shows the president approval rating at 45%. That is up 1 point from June. Among Republicans, that number is 88%, the highest of his entire presidency. With that, I would like to welcome in my panel. Joining me on set, NBC News national security and justice reporter Julia Ainsley, Washington correspondent for BBC World News America and MSNBC contributor Caddy Kay, and GOP strategist and principal at Cogent Strategies, Kevin McLaughlin. Thank you all for being here. Kevin, I would like to start with you because I would like you to please explain why it is that 88% of Republicans now approve of President Trump, especially considering that what we saw unfold over this week contradicts so much of Republican orthodoxy for so many years.
One thing I think that President Trump has shown us through his campaign and throughout now in polling is what I took away from the 2016 election is the American people want authenticity. You may not like what authenticity it is. You may not like what he's saying or how he's doing it, but he doesn't back down from it. And I believe that actually when he goes out and does these
multimedia marketplace
events, we'll call them, it actually helps him in flyover country. I think that a lot of the outrage you see is in the Acela corridor, where we all live and work. And I mean, when you get outside of here, yes, people will say like he's a knucklehead, or they'll say stuff like that. But by and large, you'll see people say like, I understand that some of the things he's doing could hurt me personally, but we all have to make sacrifices.
So is he right when he basically says he could walk down Fifth Avenue and shoot people and people would still stand with him? I mean,
I think
is
it was
there any
prescient. I really do think it was very prescient, because I do think he kind of has that, he defies political gravity. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, the poll number that struck me actually was a poll that came out earlier last week. The Reuters poll that said only 32% of Republicans believe that Russia meddled in the 2016 election. So they do not agree with the assessment of the American intelligence community. For Republicans to say, we actually don't believe the CIA, the FBI, and the NSA, we are siding with the president on this, is fairly remarkable. I think the one thing that's is the divergence, is the prospect of tariffs. I mean, you do see signs that Republican voters are still not comfortable with that, and Republican Party is still not comfortable with that. And if those tariffs start hitting the president, that could be an area. It's not going to be Russia. It's going to be the economy.
And I would say that's very true, and I think that when you look at Gallup tracking, Russia doesn't even register on the radar for what people care about. I mean, they are literally, it's not even close to like a top 15 issue for anyone across the country.
And Julia, this is sort of the strategy that the Trump campaign has been running as well, right, to cast doubt on whether this meddling ever happened.
Absolutely. I mean, we're used to seeing Republican presidents go to war with Democrats, but not their own Justice Department or intelligence community. But I think what you're talking about, this polling, especially the Reuters poll, is showing that people are not trusting the intelligence community. They're not trusting the Justice Department.
They're trusting the president's tweets.
Exactly. They're trusting that instead. And so it's actually, they think that they're living under a new time when it comes to the Justice Department. I hear that sometimes. What happened to the Justice Department we used to know? Well, the majority of those career investigators are still there, and they're continuing the same investigations. But we are looking through it through a different prism now. We're looking at it through Trump's prism. At least a lot of the Republicans are, who want to believe that they have a president who wants to meet with people, reach across to people who used to be adversaries, like Kim Jong-un, like Vladimir Vladimir Putin because they think that somehow that can help them in the end without actually looking at how this president is able to stand up to someone like Vladimir Putin amid all of these accusations, not just accusations, documented evidence of 12 Russian intelligence officers and the specifics and how they hacked into the Democratic Party.
It strikes me that this is sort of the end game for talking about fake news and casting doubt repeatedly on the media, right? I mean, this is a situation where he has created a universe where nobody believes anything that any of the fact checkers say.
Yeah, every single time that the president tweets fake news or witch hunt, all of the polling now suggests that it's working, that this is a very smart strategy from the president's point of view. He is leading public opinion in a different direction. One of the more startling shifts in public opinion that we have seen, we haven't seen it on tariffs, but we have seen it on general attitudes to Russia, with more Republicans generally more favorable. Take the Mueller investigation aside, take election meddling aside, views of Vladimir Putin, views of Russia have changed in the Republican Party, and that's almost entirely due to Donald Trump.
And I think it's larger than that. I think this is an end game.